Well, time for another CFL edition of Hot or Not with Duane Forde. Okay, Duane, this guy, hey, pretty hot this past week. Nick Arbuckle leading the Argos to the blowout victory over the Lions. He did it in style too, right? 430 passing yards. That's a high for him. 4 total touchdowns. So, Arbuckle is the most underrated player in the league. Hot or not?
Hot
okay.
On this one. I'll tell you what, the people that are holding back on Nick Arbuckle, who maybe aren't sold on him, I think they're clinging to what Nick Arbuckle has been earlier in his career, as opposed to what Nick Arbuckle has become in the last year and a half with the Toronto Argonauts. It reminds me a little bit of Anthony Calvillo, and not to look at Nick Arbuckle as a guy who's going to be the all-time passing leader, but a guy who showed flashes early in his career and then took a while to really reach his true potential, and I think that's Arbuckle now.
Looking really, really strong now, too. Okay, the reigning most outstanding player also showing out this weekend. Brady Oliveira finally looks like he may have found that MOP form that we were so used to. Over 200 total yards, had a touchdown, the Bombers W. Hot or not, if Brady continues to play at this level, he can lead Winnipeg back to the West Final. Hot or not?
Not.
No.
And this has very little to do with the level at which Brady Oliveira is playing. I think he was, as you said, fantastic on the weekend and looks to put the Bombers on his back. They're a little banged up at receiver right now, which I think puts a big load on him. But the biggest thing that makes me a nod on this is, quite frankly, the way that the Calgary Stampeders and Saskatchewan Roughriders have played this year. It's going to be a tough road for anybody other than those two to get to the West Final.
Yes, they've certainly looked good. Let's get into that, too, as we talk about stay in the West. I know you've wrestled with this one. So we'll get, don't look now. The Elks have won 3 straight. Cody Fajardo also looks very, very good right now, at least at this point. Edmonton only 2 points behind in the West with that game in hand. Now, you just touched on it, but at this point, are the Elks a bigger threat than the Lions to maybe get into and sneak into that West Final? Hot or not?
I am a not on this one, but literally this close to being hot. And the thing for Edmonton, as you said, great momentum for them right now. I don't know if there is anybody in the Canadian Football League that I like better in the underdog role than Cody Fajardo. He embraced it en route to leading Montreal to a Grey Cup a couple of years ago, and he's playing the same kind of way. He has lifted this team. What stands in the way is I look at the schedule, and you mentioned Edmonton has a game in hand, but for all intents and purposes, that game in hand is against the Calgary Stampeders. They've got 4 of their remaining games against Calgary and Saskatchewan out of 8 games. BC goes on a bye and comes back with a back-to-back against Ottawa. On paper, gives the Lions a little bit of an edge.
Right, and again, especially the health of Drew Brown with the Red Blacks will make those couple of games interesting at best. That was another edition of CFL Hot or Not.